All right, so we are going to jump into looking at adding and subtracting. So this one is a little bit more time intensive, only because we have to find common denominators. So we're just going to start with this whole common denominator piece today before we dive into adding and subtracting the fractions. So what I want you to do, they're going to ask you to find the LCM, which is really just finding the common denominator. So I want you to imagine that all of these are denominators. Okay, so this is the problem. The 3 over here is one problem on the left, and then we'll do the other problem in a minute. But what we want to do is find this common denominator between all of these. In order to do that, what we need to do is we need to factor each of our denominators. So when we have just items like this, remember, we aren't doing the x in factoring, we're just writing down the prime factors. So we would rewrite this as 2, 3, xy, and then you can just put plus signs in between. We're not actually going to be adding them, we're just trying to find the common denominator. This one is 3, 5, x squared, and 3, 3, xy, 4. Now, I'd like you to pick a different color with your notability, because what we're going to do is multiply all these by anything that we would need to make sure that they all look the same in the end. Okay, so looking at this first one, 2 and 3, what numbers would we need to put with this one that the other ones have? Yeah, we need a 5. We also need a 3. So let's just deal with the numbers for now. So in this middle one, what is this one missing? A 2 and a 3. And this one is 2 and 5. Okay, what about the letters here? And does this one need any more letters? Needs an X and 3 more Y's. Good. What does this one need? 4 Y's. And this one? Just an X. Okay, now all of these should be the exact same numbers and letters in each grouping. So the answer that they want is, what is this common denominator? So we're going to put it all back together. So it doesn't matter which one we pick because they're all currently the same. So if we multiply these numbers together, what are we going to get? 90. So we've got 90, and what are the letters? X squared y to the 4th. That is your common denominator on all 3 of those fractions. So we're just getting used to this finding the common denominator thing. Now, just so you know, for tomorrow, anything that you multiply on the bottom, we also have to multiply on the top. Okay, but we'll get to that in the next section. All right, let's look at this one. What should we do first when we're factoring here? Okay, then we can factor. So we got 15 and 8. What multiplies to 15 and adds to 8? Okay, over here, what multiplies to negative 40 but adds to negative 3? Negative 8 and 5. Good. All right, so we're just going to rewrite this. We've got 1, got y squared, y plus 5, y plus 3, plus y minus 8, y plus 5. And change your colors. We want to get these looking the same. So what's the one on the left missing? Yep, this y minus 8 on the second one, that's not over here, so we'll go y minus 8. And just to get in the habit, we can also put that up on the top. What is missing on the right? a y squared, anything else? And a y plus 3. So that would also be multiplied on the top. Now we just have to write the common denominator. We're not going to actually multiply all these together. We're just going to write out the list. So, and they can go in any order. That would be your answer for the common denominator. Questions on that? Everyone got that written down? Okay, try a couple more and then we'll get to the homework. So again, we're going to imagine that these are denominators. Okay, so let's write the prime factors of each one. What's 12? And we've got 3, 5, and 2, 2, 2. Okay, change your color. What do we need on the first one? We need a 5 and another 2. What about letters? Do we need any more A's? No, because we currently have the most A's on this one, right? So we don't need to add any more. How many more B's do we need? We need 2 more B's because this last one has a total of 3, so we need to add 2 more so that they match. And how many C's do we need? 4. Okay, so we would also, on the top, multiply by 2, 5, B squared, C to the 4th. Right here, what numbers do we need? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we know we need to multiply that on the top. What about letters? Need any more A's? 1 more A, 2 more B's, and 3 more C's. Okay, and this last one. 3 and a 5. And what letters? Just an A squared. Okay, so we just need to pick one and then combine them all. So what's our number? 120? What's our grand total for letters? We've got A, 2, B, C, 4. Okay, and you find that just by taking any one of these and combining all of them. All right, one more. So these are denominators. Let's practice factoring. What should we do first? Okay. Can we take anything out of this one? Okay. We'll factor what's in the parentheses. Multiply to -4, add to -3. Okay. Multiply to 20, add to -9. Perfect. So we've got, don't forget this 4 on the outside. Okay. Those things that you take out, they're still there. We've got A minus 4, A plus 1. We've got A, and then A minus 5, A minus 4. All right. What does the left one need?
A minus 5.
A minus 5. Anything else?
A.
And an A. What does the one on the right need?
4.
Oops. Okay, so the common denominator, we're just going to write this out. We've got 4A out front, and then we have all of our factors written in any order that you want. Again, in our next lesson, we're going to be actually adding these together, but this is just the first step, getting that common denominator. Any questions?